Officer in St. Joseph's College. So today you'll be talking about like how to choose your job and to build your career. So if you have any questions, any doubts, you can just have a more interaction with the resource person. I wholeheartedly welcome Prithvi Kashyap for the session. Over to you, Prithvi.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for organizing this session, both of you, your mentor. And yeah, it is very much required session is what I believe in, and it's two already. I think you people have had lunch, a tight lunch, and I don't want to make this session very boring, but it would be very informative. So don't worry. So please uh, be attentive throughout the session. Just ask me questions. Just raise your hands in between if you have any questions. I'll address that. And if at all, if you have questions, you can also post it on chat box. Since I can't see the chat box, ma'am will be coordinating with me. And yeah, I think you can see my screen. Uh, yeah. So this is a placement orientation program for professional studies, BCom, IFA, and BBSF students. Very first thing I want to tell you is just choose a job that you love, and you will never have to do. You will never have to work a day in your life. It's very important to choose a job that you love to do. You are passionate about. It's very important in life. Just because it is something that uh, very important, because for the next 20 years, 30 years, you have to plan your career like that. For some people, it is like 40 years. Like you have to stick to that job, or maybe this generation won't agree with me, but still, at least in that area, you have to go. So choose the job that you love. That is very important. Having said that, so next very important thing, very important slide. So I'll first address some of the frequently asked questions, right? So as a placement officer for commerce and management department, I'll be getting a lot of questions. So I've consolidated, and I want to address these three questions, which are very important. So first one, what is our role as a college in the placement process? Right? So as a college, what we do is when you come to final year, our role actually starts. Right. So when you come to final year, we will give you that necessary skills, and then skill development training, we say for that. And after that training, we will allow you to sit for placements. And yes, whichever company comes to us, and sometimes we also approach some of the companies, and those companies who want to hire will approach us as well at times. So it's a two-way process, wherein sometimes we approach, sometimes they approach, and we would organize, or we would facilitate them. Right? So what happens here is you can apply student belonging to different streams depending on the eligibility. You can apply, and you can be a part of this placement drives. And if you get selected, then you would be getting an offer letter from the company. Depending on their timelines, you would be getting it. Sometimes they would give letter of intent, or sometimes they would give an offer letter or something to confirm your job. So what happens there is in the college, we have this particular thing called one student, one job. So that's something which we have fixed. So if you're getting one job offer letter from a college, that's it. You won't be able to sit for any other placements in the college. So that's the rule which we have here. So because we have number of students in the BCom course or BBA course, we have thousands of students. So to address everybody, to cater everybody, this is the step which we have taken. So if you get up, if you get placed to one organization, you won't be able to sit for another organization. So this is one thing. On the other hand, we from the last year onwards, we started giving or approaching some of the companies to give students internship offers, right? So as a placement or office, we ourselves have taken the initiative and we have started uh, approaching some of the companies to give internship to students. Right. So internship opportunities are available, not for everyone. Yes, everybody can apply, but I don't promise that everybody would get it. Just like placement. So whichever company comes for internship, whether it can be open for first year or second year or third year, it depends on the company. It is not from the our side, but we facilitate that as well. So we would be rolling out the Google Forms very shortly. By the time you come to final year, we will be moving completely towards the Linvest portal. So you have to apply when you come to fourth semester. All those things will be notified in it later. But as soon as you come to final year, yes, you can apply for placements through portal. Now that we have Google Form or Microsoft Forms, which we create and we send it across to multiple or your respective class groups. Right. So that's from the college side. So that's the role of college in terms of placement. And what is your role in this process, which is very important. So as a student, you have to see whether you want to pursue a higher education, whether you want to seek for placement, or if you are doing a professional courses, CMA or ACCA, how many more months it would take for you to finish these professional courses and be professionally qualified as well. So yes, for CMA student, yes, by the end of your final year, if you give your efforts, if you put on your efforts, definitely you can clear your CMA degree. And once you get that CMA degree, you will have ample of opportunities for doing internship. So you have to do that industry internship, and only if you do that for 1 year, 9 months, or 2 years, then only you would get membership. So you would be entitled as professionally qualified only after your industry training is done. Just like how CAs, you may have heard about articleship. Even for CS, we have articleship these days. So just like that, even CA qualified, we need you need that I say articleship to get the membership. And for ACCA also, you have to find out how many more exams you have to write. When will you complete the entire ACCA qualification, and when will you be qualified? Only after that, you can think about the job. So that's one thing. And on the other hand, if you don't want to continue with your professional qualification, which I never suggest you to do, because you are in this course and you both are doing this professional certification course, I always recommend you to complete that and then join for any company. But yes, so when it comes to your role, you have to enhance your skills. You have to apply for it. You have to be little serious about your curriculum. You have to have that eligibility criteria. That's why I'm saying you have to be little serious about your curriculum. And whenever these updates, whenever this notification comes, you have to be alert. So all the time. So you have to talk to your friends. If if at all you have any clarifications, you can come to us. And only thing is, you should not assume things. If you need any clarifications, you can reach out to placement office or your class representative on behalf of everyone. If there are more people who have doubt, means you can reach out to your academic rep or class rep. One representative can take these kind of issues and ask placement coordinator, so that it would be addressed to entire class. Okay, so that would be easy for us to communicate and for you to get the solution. So you make use of your representatives and then get the things done or get the clarifications for your questions. But only thing I'm suggesting is don't assume things. If somebody says that you should have this 80% or 90%, don't assume things, right? So we don't have anything as such. Right? If the company has 50% and above, we will set criteria 50% and above, just like that. And for every company, you have to show up your interest. You have to apply for it. Then you would be eligible for that company to for that particular drive to set. So what is your role in this process? You have to be prepared for the placement, and you have to be academically good, right? And it's just that you have to put extra efforts. That's all, nothing else. Don't worry that if you have like less percentage in first or second, don't worry about that. Put some extra efforts. Definitely you can crack, and this is the right time. And I should thank your mentor, and you also should thank your mentor for organizing this, because this is the right time where we can actually think about all these things. How can we improve ourselves, right? So your role is to continuously focus on education, and at the same time, you have to actively involve in all those activities that are conducted by the college. Very important, right, to enhance your skills, which I will address it little later. And you have to be little serious about your education. That's most important thing. And should we prepare for the placement? Like I said, it is very important to be prepared for the placement. Sir, why? So this is the question that most of the students would ask me. So I would tell you, preparation is the key for success, always. Like if you are prepared for it, you are 50% done. You have that confidence in you that you have prepared already for the drives. And most importantly, uh, when you are prepared, you will not have that much fear. So that you fear will not be there for you when you are prepared. When you are ready. So how to prepare and all those things I'll address. Don't worry. Should we prepare for the placement? Yes. Next. Very important things. If you can see this slide here, India to have 31 crore school graduates by 2030, but over half will lack job skills. This is a serious introspection which we have to do. UNICEF report.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry to interrupt. Did you change the slide? Okay, okay. Now it's coming. So there is a slightly some what your voice is breaking at times.
Okay. I think I'm in college, so maybe network issue. So just let me know if it is still breaking. Am I audible now?
Yes, students, anyone can respond.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
So,
Perfect. So, as per this report, this I have taken from one of the news article. See, 47% of Indian school graduates by 2030 will have the basic skill to be employable. That means 53% of them will have graduation but will not be employable, will not have that skills to be employable. This is not only UNICEF report. I have seen a couple of management level employees, couple of CEOs have said this in their interviews that we have everything in India. People are graduate, people have post graduation, but the thing they are lacking is skills. So employability skills is not there. That's the main issue. So why? Why is that not happening? Because see, I believe that once you are done with your SSLC or PUC, the very first thing is you should not just focus on your curriculum. Rather, you should focus on lot many other things which comes in your way. Like you have lot of fests, college fest, and all those things organized for you from the departments. Not only our college, we have plenty of other colleges which organizes these fests. It can be online these days because of this pandemic, but offline also. Right. So as a student, your job is not just to come here, study, get good marks, and sit for placements. Not just that. You may have education, but you may lack that employability skills. So nobody will hire you if you have 85 or 90%, but if you are not good at this employability skills. So I have seen people scoring 82% in UG, in their UG and in their PG as well, with distinctions being rejected for not having that uh, good leadership skills or not having interest towards teamwork, not showing up interest toward teamwork. Right? So that's the major issue which we are facing currently. Right. So what is this valuable interpersonal skills for your career? So a couple of them are listed here. Not only this, there are so many other things, but yes, I'll be focusing on these things now. Active listening. The very first thing which we fail these days is, I don't know why this is happening. We fail in listening. We will not be an active listener. That's the biggest problem. You should be an active listener, you know. So you should always try to be an active listener. Only then you can respond properly. Only then, if you have any questions, you can ask properly. And then caring, that is one important thing. It's a social concern as well, right? You have to have that trait of caring, and it is very important as an interpersonal skills, because you should be a good negotiator. You should be a person who has leadership skills. You should have motivation to work in the company, and you should take the responsibility. They need someone who can take the responsibility. The companies today are not looking for some a person who can just copy paste from Excel. That's the thing which is happening today. But unfortunately, they don't want, because everything is automated. AI is taking over our jobs. Now, what are we supposed to do? So we should develop our interpersonal skills. And as you all are doing a professional course, it is very important. Along with the professional certification, you should have that employability skills. So then your leadership, how do you prove your leadership? Just be a part of NCC, NSS, and all those things which are there, cultural wings. Whichever you are interested in, you can be a class representative, academic representative, a lot of ways where you can actually prove yourself. You don't have to actually, but the thing is, you have to learn here. This is the place where you can learn all these things. I'm telling you, once you join the organization, nobody will care about you. It is only you. But when you are in college, all of us are here. The entire department will support you when you go wrong. We will talk to you. We will, try to nurture you. We will try to develop your skills. We will try to correct your mistakes. And even your friends at times can help you. Maybe that's very important for any of the student to understand that this is a place to learn. Never hesitate to ask questions. Never hesitate to involve in activities. Never hesitate to be a part of anything that comes for you. All these are opportunities for you to learn these skills. When you are sitting in the class, you will be able to learn only and only curriculum part. But when you involve in all these things, your interpersonal skills will be developed. Trust me. You will have that leadership skills if you actually organize any event or something. You will have that motivation to work if you do some internship, or if you try to connect with some more people, talk to them about your interests. So then you would get that motivation to study or to work or anything you do in life. It is very important to have that motivation. If you don't have such kind of motivation, there is no point in thinking about your career, right? And then responsibility. The companies are looking for the one person who can take the responsibility, who can take initiative and take responsibility, and also a team player. Because today it is not just about one person doing a job at one side and the left alone. No, it is teamwork, which is very important. So that's the reason we give a lot of activities for you to do as a team. And we don't usually encourage doing at your comfort zone. Don't We always suggest to not to mingle with your friends alone when you have activities like this during the presentation which you have to give, or during some activities which are conducted by the teacher in the class. We always suggest you to mingle with those people whom you may not have interacted with. It is very important because when you go to a organization, when you go to any company, or when you're doing a business, you have to meet a lot of strangers. You have to deal with a lot of strangers. You have to talk to them. You have to interact them. You have to negotiate with them. A lot of things will happen. So you may have to mingle with them, and you have to be part of their team, and you have to work. That's again something that the companies look for, because they don't want to stick to one single role, one single process for throughout your career. They might shift you from one one place to another place, or they might shift you from one role to another role. Wherever the requirement is there, they would push. So very important for all these things is adaptability. That's one more important thing which you have to keep in mind. Adaptability is the key to success today. You may have talent in everything, but if you fail in adapting yourself, you're gone. And then interest towards learning. Never ever in your life stop learning. That's very important. Whatever it is there, even if it is a very small thing, learn new things from it. If you are getting something from it, learn. Show some interest towards it. That's what the company is looking in today's employment world, or I can say, the biggest employment requirement or employability requirement is skills, and these employability skills, and they are also looking for the one who has the interest towards learning, who is passionate about his work. Right? If not, if you don't have motivation to work, they don't want you. They will hire someone else. Or at one point of time, if your process gets automated, they will shift you from one team to another. So you should have that adaptability. You should be able to work with other teams. So all these things are very important. And remember, along with you, there are lakhs of students with the same course that you are doing, BBA or BCom, with the university degree. That's there. They are all getting the same degree which you are getting. What is the difference you are making to the industry? What is the difference you make when you go to that organization? This is the first question that they ask for you. So you have to be prepared for that. And this professional course is an added advantage for you all. And don't think that you don't have opportunity if you have a professional certification. Definitely your pay would be much higher than the other BBA or BCom graduates. The very important thing here is to clear that course, and you should be professionally qualified for that. Just by doing BCom IFA or just by doing BBSF, you won't get. You should be CMA certified, or you should be ACCA certified to get that salary, to get that job. Okay. And very importantly, when you have a professionally when you have a professional qualification, all the other BCom students and BBA students will be kept outside the room because you have professional qualification. That's the added advantage for you. So you may have that pressure today. You may have that burden of having a lot of subjects, number of classes. Along with regular BBA classes, you may have CMA classes. Along with regular BCom classes, you may have ACCA classes. But trust me, things are worth. But only thing is you should show some interest, and it is very important. Right? If you are occupied today, if you are studying, if you are giving your 100% today, tomorrow you would be successful for sure. And that spoon feeding culture should go. That is one of the important thing. Everything has become handy. Whatever we want, we will get it in the right time. Maybe our parents are giving us, maybe our teachers are giving us. So in that case, you will never learn. You have to be independent. You have to find solution for the things on your own. You have to try this. Trust me, you will learn a lot by doing this. Don't just expect to happen for everything to happen on its own, or to be spoon fed to you every single time. Just come out of that phase. You are no more a kid. You are a UG student. You will be a graduate. You are an adult now. Don't expect things to happen in your own, in your way as you want. Things are always like as you wanted it. There would be a lot of things that would come unexpectedly. There would be a lot of opportunities that may knock you have to take it. There would be a lot of that would come to you. Maybe the paper is difficult, or you may have backlogs. That's absolutely fine. As long as you are putting efforts, you are trying to find something on your own, and you are preparing yourself. All the other things doesn't matter. As long as you are focused on what you're doing, the other things doesn't matter. Just keep this in mind, and this employability skills develop yourself. You have a lot of courses available, and at the same time, more than courses, don't pay for all the courses and just get the things done, get the certificate, get some credits. No, that's not how it should work. You should really have that skill, right? How do you get that? You don't have to do a specific course for all these things by spending a lot of money. Don't just think of spending money, right? So this is something I've seen in today's generation. They're like, okay, which course if I do, I'll get this particular skill. No, it is not like that. You have a lot of other ways. As a commerce student, be a jugaad. Don't try to invest on everything. Try to find a way where you can learn things without spending a single penny. That's how a student should be. That's how I expect a commerce student should be. Yes, in some cases you may have to spend, but still, wherever possible, you try to find a way to do things in a very clever way. Use your brains. Be smart. Right? You have a lot of fests organized in many colleges. Go participate there. Interact with them. Talk to them. If you fail, it's fine. You get their feedback where you have failed. Learn. Correct yourself. That's how you will learn. That's how you will gain your skills. Not by doing certificate courses, not just by doing MOOC courses. All these things are important. At the same time, you have to get that practical knowledge as well. That is more important, right? And then when it comes to placement, it is very important for you to have a digital representation. So I have a question here. How many of you in this class have LinkedIn account?
Your voice is breaking, sir.
Okay, I'm so sorry. How many of you in this class have LinkedIn account? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes, sir. But on and off. Students, how many of you are having LinkedIn account? Just raise your hands if you have LinkedIn account.
You can raise your hands.
As of now, 21.
Okay, that's great. Only can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yes, out of somewhere around 105, 106 students, I can see, no, 134 students, I can see some 30 students having this LinkedIn account. That means I'll take it as 30%. So today things have changed because we no longer see companies hiring through offline interviews or through walk-in interviews. Your jobs, your everything is posted online, and they would shortlist you online, and then they would see your resume or CV online, And also at the same time, they would offer you job online. They would take your interview online, and you would start working from home. That's also online. So when things have changed like this, I think it's better you all should have a LinkedIn account. Why LinkedIn account? This is a professional network. It is not, this is just like Facebook and Instagram, but only thing here is it's completely professional networking, right? Why it is important? Yeah, a lot of reasons. One is you can interact with your faculties, or you can get recommendations from your faculties, or you can get recommendation from your seniors who are already working. You get references from them. Your seniors would be working in some of the reputed organizations. They might have LinkedIn account, and you can get connected with them, and you can start interacting. And once you finish your degree or professional certification, you can join them, you can work with them, right? By using their references. It is very important. Networking is a key thing here in today's era, right? You need information about the openings. Without information, nothing is there. You should know that there is an opening at JP Morgan, and if you know somebody working there, and it would be an added advantage. So let's say that person is your senior and you know him very closely. If he can refer you, he can talk to somebody who is there inside the organization, and he can tell more about you, saying that yes, this student, I know him very well. He was my junior. I've seen him from past 2 years. He's a really good student. He's really a good student, and all those information about you would be there with him. So some of the students would definitely refer you, and you can get things done very easily. Whether it's an internship or a full-time opportunity, it is very important today to have the digital representation, and to have a LinkedIn account. And also very interesting fact that we got from one of the senior LinkedIn member with whom we had a meeting last month, right? He is a senior HR of LinkedIn. He says, while he was interacting with us, he said, uh, on any given day, we'll have 10 million jobs for the community, LinkedIn community. So whoever is there, a part of our community, can apply for those jobs if they are eligible, right? So it is a platform where you can also get notifications about job openings, and you can build a professional network. It is not only for a student who is, or for a person who is looking for job. You can be entrepreneur tomorrow, or you can be any professionally qualified person, or you can be providing any services, professional services, or you can be someone who is searching for job. So for all these things, for everything like this, if you are looking for some professional connects, LinkedIn is a very good platform. You use it effectively, and you will definitely get benefited from it over a period of time, for sure. Nothing would happen overnight. Don't trust that. If somebody says things would happen overnight, don't believe them. Out of 1 crore or 2 crore people, one person would be successful like that. But others have struggled a lot. They have faced a failure. They have faced not only one failure, multiple failures. Right? So then they succeeded. So don't worry. You just have to do what you can do from your end. You put your efforts, and things would come in your way. If not today, tomorrow for sure. And along with this LinkedIn account, so the title says the digital representation. Why I am doing this, why I'm deliberately putting this slide in between, because so today we share a lot of things. We are very much active in our social media, and we share our opinions without thinking about others, without thinking about this society. I've seen people doing that, and sometimes this may affect your career also. I have seen companies looking at the digital representation of a probable employee that they are planning to hire. They see your Facebook account, your comments, and all those things. How you present yourself online is equally important as how you are in offline. Physically and virtually, your presence has been watched by your recruiters. it is very important to maintain that I can say clean social media handles, unbiased social media handles. You may have opinions, but I would say don't share all those things at the cost of your career. Right? Nobody would care tomorrow. I'm sure that none of the politicians would come and tell or come and give you a handful of money to when you lose a job or something. Just try to be neutral as much as possible. As yes, I think in couple of cases it is very important to share our opinion. I'm not denying that, but be careful while using some of the words and all those things while you are representing yourself digitally. It's very, very, very important. Right. Next, internship. Very, very important thing. Since you are in first year, remember you have lot of time, a lot of or ample of time for you after your class hours. And today there are a lot of startups who are looking for interns. Why I'm stressing on startups? Because in the startups you get a lot of exposure, you get a lot of opportunities. They might not pay you well initially, but eventually if you prove yourself there, that is sufficient to build your career. Some of the companies would give you, or some of the startups will offer you their stocks. They might make you partner. You can grow higher and higher when you struggle a lot. Definitely, when you work for startup, you will learn a lot. You will have to struggle a lot. You have to explore a lot. You will get an opportunity to explore all the other departments along with your thing. Because when you go to big four or very great companies, you will work in one process. You will be master of that. But when it comes to other processes, you might not know. You might not have any clue about it. But when it comes to startups, it is not like that. Your inputs are very much valued by your peers, your maybe COEs or CEOs or whatever, whoever it is there, chief operating officer or CEOs, chief executive officer, whoever it is there in that position will be hearing your voices, will definitely recognize you, right? So initially they might not pay you well. Initially their pay would be like 2,000 or 1,000, or sometimes they might not even pay you for the internship which you have done. But definitely they would recognize you and they would pay you. And your career should not be valued only by the amount you get. Remember this forever. Don't just go behind the money forever. Of course, you have to go once you build your profile, you can actually demand for it. Right? So it is like, when you have demand, definitely people would be ready to pay you more. Right? You should create that demand. Right? So if you are master of something, you should create the demand, and people should be looking for you to, give you more. That will happen for sure. Right? So this slide speaks about internship. And I also told about skill development, how important it is today, and all those things. So an internship provides real life experience and exposure so that you can, whatever you have studied here, theoretically you are master of it. I know how you all know how to pass journal entries. I know you all know, how to analyze a statement and all those things. But what happens in the industry can be different. Things change. You may know the basic aspect, a theoretical aspect of it, but practically, if you have to learn, you have to go to industry and experience it. Trust me, when I went from academics to industry to work there in a corporate company, things were literally different than we learned. I have experienced this. That's why I'm saying. So an internship provides a real life experience and exposure in the first place. So you get to meet a lot of new people, a lot of people who can recognize you, who can help you on the later phase of your life. Definitely, you would get to meet these kind of people. That's one thing. So you will get an experience about work. That's very good thing, right? And to the opportunity to learn more about yourself. So you would, so that's why I said startup in the first place, because you can actually see where your interest lies in, where whether you are good at marketing or whether are a person with a very good negotiation skills and do a marketing or sales team, or whether you are a fit for technical jobs, or whether you're fit for this analysis jobs. So you will get to know, you will get to know only when you work. You will get the taste of a Domino's pizza when you have the pizza from that store, right? So you will get to know the taste of Cafe Coffee Day coffee when you go and have it from that Cafe Coffee Day only, right? So if you have to taste a biryani, you have to go to that Hyderabadi biryani shop or any other place. I am a vegetarian, so I don't know. I'm so sorry. But you should go to that particular place and have from there. Then only you will get to know the real taste of it. So that's why this internship would give you that flavor, that exposure you need and that opportunity you need. In the initial phase of your career, it is very important. And this initial phase should happen when you are studying your UG today. Because of the competition that is there outside, it is important to explore these things when you are studying here, and get connected and develop your professional network. Like I said, you get connected to people when you get exposure. You meet a lot of people. You get to know their clients. Uh, you know, you meet them as well, and then your professional network would grow like anything. You can send them a LinkedIn invite. You can talk to them. Right? You can connect with them. You can invite them for one of the programs or something like that. I have been doing this from a while, so I have experience in this. That's why I'm telling you. So this internship can also give you that exposure and can develop your professional network. And you can prevent your CV from going to the trash, because I said lakhs of students are graduating today. So when you let's say you are the recruiter, when you have thousands of resumes and you have very few jobs, what will you do? You will shortlist. You will see which one is good, which one is more capable of doing this job as per your requirement, and then others you will just throw it off. You don't want that. They don't even pick it. So they would just see 20 and then they would filter it to 5. They won't see all the 1,000 and they won't do interview for all those 1,000 people. So to prevent that to happen, you have to do internships. So some experience, if your resume has, if your CV has, then definitely the company would be interested, because they don't have to train you like the freshers. So you have some experience, you don't have to be trained like the freshers. So definitely cost cutting for them, and then you have very good, um, exposure, and they can utilize it as a company. All those things would come into place when you do a internship and transition into a full-time position. So when you do a internship, definitely what happens is some of the companies would be interested to hire you for full-time. They might have few requirements and they might be knowing you very well, and they might like your work, and then they might convert your internship into full-time position. So the moment you finish your UG, you will have a job for you in hand, so that you can apply for one more company in the college. So you have one job already, you can choose there. You can choose between one, the one which you have got from the college, one from your hard work of internship. And we do have that course completion requirement that after your fourth sem, you have to do 6-week compulsory internship. That would be briefed to you later, but yes, you will have that internship and it would be very helpful for you. And trust me, even if it is not there, or if it is there, it would be there 100% as of now, it is there and it would be there for ever. But irrespective of the fact whether you have that or not, I suggest you strongly to do an internship, because today these startups are more flexible in terms of your work timings. They want to get the things done. And They are very flexible. In terms of you, it is very feasible to you to work there because after 1 or 2, you might not have classes. You can work for 4 hours or 5 hours or 6 hours. You can negotiate with them and you can take a break in between if you want. You can study. So then, yeah, obviously you would get some exposure there as well. And at the same time, you would get a certificate, and then um, that learning would be happening in terms of how industry is growing as well. Right. How to apply for an internship? Such generic job sites, you have a lot of generic jobs like sites like Indeed, Monster, Naukri.com, LinkedIn, and Glassdoor. And you can also search from intern specific job like internshala.com and all those things who are ready to offer jobs for entry level, and also companies website. And also you can apply through college placements. Like I said before, we will be rolling out Google Forms and all the details, job description, everything, paid or unpaid. Never bother about that. But if you are interested towards that, try to apply and get a internship opportunity. And once you clear your degree, definitely this would be helpful in some or the other way, right? So you can go to that website, that particular website, like LinkedIn, Glassdoor, and all. You can search for the jobs available, internship, search from keywords, finance internship or anything. Even Google would do. Don't pay for any internship. This is my advice. My sincere advice to you all is, if it is an unpaid internship, it is fine, you work. If it is a paid internship, that is also fine, you work, but don't pay from your side. What I meant by paid internship is they will pay you like 2,000, 3,000, some conveyance they will pay you. That is fine, but you don't have to pay for any company to do an internship. Don't spend money to do internship. That might be a spam, because there are a lot of spam happening here. So I don't want that. I don't want you to be in that trap. So please don't fall for it. If you want to do an internship, if it is unpaid, do it. Do check out the job description. And a lot of startups, even IIM startups, are hiring the interns. I will, definitely post it in a couple of groups and all those things when you come to second year. And also during your first year, you can apply on your own. We usually give opportunities to second year and above for internship, and final year and above for full-time placements. First years, we don't do it, but yes, you can search from outside job sites and get the things done. Things to note: create a resume. I'll not explain about how to create a resume. That we can take one more session next year and do it. But if you're applying for an internship, it's likely you don't have much job experience. So create a resume which should be professionally looking. You should put your proper photo and proper background and all those things. And gather references if you have your, brothers or relatives who are working in an organization. That reference would do, or professionals like CA or any other person, that also would do, or your professors, that also would do. So talk to them, get references from them, and you can also ask them to find an internship opportunity. If they get any, they will let you know. And create a portfolio. See, what happens is, since you are a fresher, you would not have all those things, and if you all the experience that they might require. But as a fresher, the other things would matter a lot. If you are applying for something related to writing, art, computer programming or something, if you have a good portfolio, if you have your works, if you have some of the works which you have done, artwork or something, so you create a portfolio and show it so that they can hire. Right? And also, if you're good at content writing and all, if you have a blog or something, show that to them. You have that blog ready. If you are a vlogger, you make some videos and keep it ready. If you are good at negotiation and all, you make a videos, you put it on YouTube, you have some views, you show it to them. That's how you build a portfolio, right? And craft your cover letter. Cover letters are more personal in nature than your CVs. And again, I would explain you in the next session, which I take, but yeah, you can craft your cover letters. It is more personal in nature, which you discuss, which things which are not there in your CV. So all those things you can put it here, just your background, your interest, and all those things, why you would be a good fit for that company and why you want to work in that company, all those things. And for every company, you have to create a different resume, different cover letter based on the requirements they have. These are some of the things which you have to keep in mind. So if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Yes, students, I've noticed roll number 57 have raised the hand. Do you have any query?
Ma'am, at that point of time, network, sir's voice was breaking.
Oh, okay, okay,
In few seconds, it was proper, so.
okay, okay. Students are requested to ask their question. You can unmute yourself and you can ask the questions, if any. Yes, you can go ahead. Roll number 57.
Sir,
Yes.
as a first year student, we are studying in second semester. Is it a good time to find out for internships?
Yes, it is a very good time because you will have some time left after your examination and all, or even in your free time now. Till what time you have classes? Maybe till 2 maximum.
Sir, max is 1.
Max is 1. So after that you are free, right? So some 2 months internship or 3 months internship or 1 month that would do for you, because see what happens is after 2 to 6 or 2 to 5 you can work. Some of the companies are looking for these kind of interns, like 3 hours. If they can do, that is sufficient for them. 4 hours if they can do, that is sufficient for them. And these days it is work from home for most of the startups. That is sufficient. Some content writing, some analysis, some stock script analysis, all those things. But only thing is you have to start looking on your own. Create a LinkedIn account, talk to some people. If you have some contacts, seniors and all, talk to them. Especially if you have some connects with startups and all. Like I said, IAM startups, and we have some startups in Domblur as well. NASCOM Foundation startups. We have plenty of startups. Bangalore is a startup hub. At 1 or 2 days, you might have to go to office. Rest of the other days, you have to work from home. So try to find such internship who are very much flexible, and that would do, I guess. It is ideal to work. Don't worry. Don't think about first year or second year. You can work.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Any other questions?
Yes, students, you were telling that you want to ask some questions and you have some queries to be clarified by the placement officer. And this is the time, and later on, you should not ask us to clarify the same. Yes, any more queries? And I have a query here, like the students have internship in their fourth semester, right? Mandatory internship.
Yes, ma'am.
So if they're working from right now, so since they are doing professional course, it won't be, I don't think it is advisable to go for a that is more hour of internship won't be that ideal, since they have to clear the papers also. I think 3 hours and all we have internship, right? Per day, 3 hours.
Yes,
Like,
I have seen people working only for 2 hours and 3 hours also.
yeah, weekly so many hours at all. Am I right?
16 hours.
Okay,
Weekly
16.
12 hours. Yeah. I think Saturdays and all they can finish their work, or some days when they have off Sundays and all they can finish.
Okay, so if they're prolonging with that same internship, they can use that experience as self to submit their internship report in their fifth year, right? Fifth sem.
Yes. See, the thing is, as of now, we are considering only third sem and fourth sem. After fourth sem, if the student is doing the internship, or during their fourth sem, if the student is doing the internship, then we consider for course completion requirement. I think we have to propose this later in our department, then we have to take a call. As of now, since it's a department thing, I don't think it is possible. But it would definitely add up to their CVs. I I have no doubt about it.
No, no. What I'm telling is like if they continue in the same organization.
Yeah, if they continue and if they work till the fourth sem gets over, then they can submit this.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
And sir,
Yes.
college placement is necessary, important in what ways? I mean, like,
See, when it comes to college placements, what happens is your competitors are your own friends or your own, classmates or batchmates who are studying with you. And when you go outside, the competitors are like wide, right? Because there are like number of students from Christ, from MCC, from Sheshadripuram, from so many other colleges they would come. Right. When it comes to college placements, competition is limited in nature. And when you go out and you want to try, it is very difficult for you to get. But when you have a professional qualification, yes. Uh, because there are so many opportunities for you in terms of ACC or CMA, I've seen like there are so many jobs available. They are looking for someone who is professionally qualified. They're not getting that, they're not able to fill that requirement. Right. So, but when it comes to college placement, we usually whatever comes to us will be, I think, competition is very less and it would be very easy process because you are a fresher. Right? They won't ask you much question and the task would be the rounds would be very simpler than walk-in interviews. The approach will be very easy from the company's side.
so basically speaking, it's easier to get college jobs, and once we are out of college placements, it's difficult to find one.
It is difficult, quite difficult to find one.
Yeah.
Because this pandemic is also hitting you all hard. I'm 100% sure that for the next 2 years, this is going to be, I think, a very difficult thing for the university graduates. For the next two batches, very difficult. So focus on your qualification, which you are doing professionally. You have to focus on your qualification because the your opportunities would increase when you have professional qualification than regular degree.
Sir, one more doubt, sir.
Yes, yes.
As a first year student, what is our eligibility to do a internship? Like, I tried searching for some internships, but sometimes the timings don't match, and if the timings match, I'm not eligible to do it.
No, that happens. Okay, you have to find a right company, right organization. If something comes to our college, we can directly tell you. But specifically, I can't point out this company is hiring at this moment because we don't have anything as such as of now. But when it comes, definitely we will notify you. And if you get a chance to talk to the recruiter and all, like this LinkedIn and all, you can talk to them. You can negotiate with them in terms of like some of the companies, like if who are hiring from Internshala and all will have that flexibility in working. So you just have to find the right match for you. That is very important.
Sorry to interrupt. Sir, can you give some of the websites where they can actually locate for the internship?
That's what internshala.com, internshala.in and LinkedIn. I've showed you here. Like, see, Monster, Indeed, Naukri.in,
Ah, yes,
LinkedIn.
yes.
Yeah. And entry level specific sites are internshala.com. As of now, I know that there are like quite a few opportunities posted there. And also IIM has like a lot of startups. I have connected with them last year, but students didn't show any interest. So I thought, okay, fine, we'll stop it here. But I still have a good connect with that fellow who is working in IIM. She was my batchmate as well. So I can talk to her and get some opportunities if at all any available. I think I can post that as well. For the first priority would be for second year, I'm sorry, and then we come to first years.
It's roll number 69. You can ask your question.
Sir, I'm planning to go to a chartered accountant for internship for this year, SEM. It will be helpful for us by taking a professional course, by doing auditing and preparing reports for the and getting experience
Yes,
before going to internship.
yes, to some extent it would be helpful for you because somewhere our this auditing or accounting, everything is connected with the world now. We are not just following Indian accounting standard. Indian accounting standard is there for us, but Indian accounting standard is mostly derived from IR, IFRS. So for when you're doing ACCA, it would be very much similar when it comes to standards and all. Practices, I say practical practices which we have, that would be similar, but yes, if it is something related to IFRS only, or if it is something related to ACCA, then it would be better. I recommend you more. But if you are getting an opportunity in any CA firm, go ahead and do. No
Well,
problem.
the interns what told, sir, one doubt.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
interns what told that now Naukri and all 3 to 4 hours work we have to do.
Mhm.
But the interview process will be there for us, or the exposure is there directly we are into it.
Yeah, yeah, interview process would be there for every organization. They won't hire you blindly. They want to know you first. Right? So only by knowing yourself they can hire you. If not, they won't hire you.
Since we are in online mode, they'll call us for offline or what?
Some of the companies might call you for offline work. Like the one which we have got, there is one company called Trade Branch. They are calling students for offline work only, which will happen in the month of July or when you have vacation. So they are very much flexible in terms of that. So what they told was whenever students have off, like semester break, we will give them up for 6 weeks or 8 weeks. So that is their full course completion requirement. So we might give them a break for 6 weeks. So that would work. But if you are studying here and if you have regular classes to attend and if you want to go for office and all, it would be little hectic for you. So I prefer some work from home, or sometimes you may have to go to like weekly one time or weekly twice. That would be advisable. So 1 or 2 times you can go and come. So every day you can't go and come. 1 or 2 days you can definitely go and come. I recommend you to do that if you have any. But if it is a CA firm or something, definitely they would call you for office. I think called as work from home in a CA firm these days, except GST filing or something.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, we came to the end of the session. So I deem it a great privilege to propose the vote of thanks. I would like to thank Professor Prithvi Kashyap for giving a clear picture of the placement drive in our college. Since students are in their first year, I sincerely hope that this session would have struck an alarm in their minds so that it won't be a surprise at the time of placement phase in their final years. I ardently thank Professor Charles Ambrose, Head Department of Commerce and Management, for his constant encouragement and support in organizing this program. I extend my sincere thanks to Professor Prabhakar for his active coordination and cooperation in conducting this session. Thank you, sir. So I will be failing in my duty if I'm not thanking our participants of today's program, our students of first year IFA and BBA SF, who are very interactive at times and professionally behaved throughout the session. Thank you, one and all. The recording of the session will be posted in your respective class groups in Teams, and the attendance has been downloaded. Thank you, sir, for your great presence. So it would be fine if some of you could turn on your video for a group photo.
And one more thing is you should have that eligibility criteria when you come to final year. That's very important. Like having 65% or 70% is very much important to be eligible to sit for placements. don't think that we will not have any eligibility criteria, and then don't neglect your studies. It's very important.
Can some of you turn on the video?